About 20 employees of Belize Electricity Limited used their lunch break to stage a small protest. President of the Belize Energy Workers Union, Marvin Mora, spoke to the media.
Against the principals of the company, as we were in collective bargaining and we could not reach an agreement, no? In essence, I think the frustration is because we have not negotiated for the past 7 years. For the past 5 years, we have not received any increases across the board. All the increases that we have received are basically in line with our appraisal system. So if you do have a good performance, then you get something. If you don't, well, then you get anything. That's basically what it is.
Mora told us that they had dropped their proposals and took management proposals with a requested salary increase of 8% within 4 years. Management agreed, but only under certain conditions.
Those conditions, in the eyes of the union, are conditions that the union cannot meet because they're asking too much of us for a little increase. That basically is due. For right now, the union just wants to be out here to demonstrate that we are fighting for something that we believe we deserve. The company has made $36 million. If you divide that in 365 days a year, you will get around $120-something thousand net profit every single day that these very same people here make happen for this company. So I don't believe we're asking for anything unfair.
Mora says for right now, they are only protesting to get their voices heard and for the public to be aware of what is now occurring.
That we are negotiating for two reasons. One, because we believe it is the right thing for the company to do, to increase our benefits, to increase our salaries. And if you look at the profit and the things that the company has paid out already, shares, 87% increase in shares, and bringing down customers' bills all the way down to like almost 40-something% over the past 3 years. And we have not received nothing for the past 5 years in terms of an across-the-board increase or an across-the-board benefit. Then the union believes that it is the right thing for the company to do. And we don't have to exchange that for anything because we've earned that already. The union now is finding itself in this position where now we're at the stage where we need the public to understand where we are. So it's our customers. We are worried about customers, and we don't want to shut down power on our customers or do anything that will affect our customers adversely. If you notice, we are doing our lunch, we are holding this demonstration. And many of our people could be here, but they are in there still serving the customers. Many are in the district. So this group is representative of over 150-something employees that are part of the union.
A release from Belize Electricity Limited said negotiations with the union began on November 4, 2014. The negotiations entered into mediation on June 26, 2015 by the Labor Commissioner after the BEL and BEWU negotiating teams were unable to arrive at an agreement on the negotiation of salaries and benefits for the revised PCA. At the commencement of negotiations, the BEWU's proposal was for an increase in salaries and benefits amounting to 90% of salary. The company rejected this proposal for salaries and benefits. In April, the BEWU presented a new proposal for a 62% increase in salaries and benefits. The company presented a counter-proposal for 24%. The BEWU walked away from the negotiating table and let us stick out. BEL says it deems this incident a strike under the laws of Belize and has reported the matter to the Labor Department. Negotiations eventually resumed and the company increased its offer from 24% to 29%, with two conditions: an adjustment to the sick days benefit to require employees to produce a medical certificate for one-day absence due to illness, and a return to the vesting period for the pension fund from 7 to 15 years. The condition regarding sick days is because the company is of the view that the BEWU misused the existing benefit to stage the sick out. Therefore, BEL is proposing to close that loophole. On the matter of the vesting period, the company maintains that the pension benefit is designed for employees to maintain financial stability after they retire and to encourage longevity of tenure. The vesting period is the minimum amount of time an employee must have worked at the company before receiving the company's full contribution to the employee's pension benefit. The Fortis executive manager team, along with the BEWU, changed the period from 15 years to 7 years in June 2011. without the approval of BEL's board of directors. The day before the government takeover of BEL, the company is proposing to restore the pension to its intended format. According to the company, over the past 4 years, BEL employees have received an increase of over 20% in salaries. This occurred even when the company was losing money and no dividends to shareholders were declared. It says in 2014, BEL achieved $36 million in profit, primarily due to savings in the cost of power. This $22 million savings in the cost of power is being passed on to customers via a reduction in electricity rates. $11 million was paid in dividends to shareholders, and the company is proposing to further increase total salaries and benefits to over $20 million per year at the end of the 4 years. BEL says it recognizes that the essential service it provides to the public requires a high regard for the national interest of the country. Hence the request to move to mediation of the revised PCA in an effort to prevent any undue impact of services to customers.